checks, you're in, boy. What do you think, Rebecca? Did you think,
It
or
was
did you
amazing.
think that, that would take maybe a week before people?
Oh, definitely.
You guys have a decent board here?
Well, we're getting the job done.
Well, that was a sad thing to me, because I think actually it was a tough on my mind. We used to spend a lot.
Hi, Pat. Who's that behind you there?
Okay, this is Merle's
Are you guys
place.
Right above that pad is their house, it's Mom and Jim's house.
What's it, Linda trying to talk to, that wind is terrible tonight.
I think you know Emily, don't you?
Oh, it's great, it's gorgeous.
This is my wife.
You gotta wait till the wind's blowing.
I got it correctly.
You don't.
Green board,
This is Dorothy.
Howdy! Howdy!
little more table over here.
That's what's got me worried. And boxes.
Well, the biggest part though is all the boxes.
We need to let you in.
We can all have black boxes for sale.
Sure.
Yeah.
16 people, oh, I want to ask.
How you doing?
Well, we used to run on that adrenaline.
You're busy.
Everybody's here.
Door right here, so that people
Sad things that happen
They're not gonna move up there.
This is the going out of Disney end of everything. Hey, So I think everybody probably from Araby knows it. There's Carolyn, Will, Pat, Emily, Gary, David, Armand and Valerie, Detta, leader, Tim, Helen, Larry and Pat, Hal Hogmeyer, and John Sandiego, Dorothea and Len, and Bob and Linda, and Tom and Carrie. So we're here to just celebrate, you know, together the good times that we did have at Araby. We really had some good ones, and I'll talk a little. We have a little list of thanking everybody later on. So is the food ready?
John, you want him to put it out?
All right.
And there is a future.
And there is a future, which some people will probably discuss that the guild, I think it's the Stealth Guild.
It does not look like it anymore. The walls are bare.
I went on the assumption that we would have access to Araby as far as the meeting is concerned. But if there's no chairs there, we may have to,
Sit on the floor.
Sit on the display
Somebody sold
cases,
all the
right?
chairs.
pardon?
Somebody sold all the chairs.
Yeah, somebody sold all the chairs.
Did you want that?
Did somebody sell all the chairs?
Yeah, somebody.
So
Running, just go ahead and eat. And, I'm just gonna read a little thing I wrote about Arabi and try to get everybody thanked. So this is how it goes. In 1991, 10 years ago, Mr. and Mrs. James Thurber came to town. He to become postmaster, and her destiny was still to be known. Jim struggled along as postmaster in the picky little town of Lakeside. So how come you send in my mailbag? I've lived here for 20 years, you know. Meanwhile, they never put their post office box number on. I didn't know. And Detta promptly found the biggest house on the lake and leased it, and then we moved in, okay? Then Detta helped Jim a lot at the post office in the early days, and did a few other little things when she wasn't busy cleaning and decorating the post office. Little things like moving her parents, Merle and Emma, into the house on the lake, and assuming full-time care for them. Then she sold their house in California, bought a big lot on the top of the hill, and drew the plans for her dream house, hired a contractor, and built a brand new house. Her mom died while we were still building the house, which was very sad. So only her dad moved in with us, and again Detta took care of him full time. He also died just a few years ago, so with all that time on her hands, Detta decided to take care of Jim's stepmother. But as she traveled back and forth to Spokane taking care of my mom, and even months earlier, she had been by and by. And every garage sale and Value Mart, and just about every place she went, Jim was suspicious. What was she up to? Detta had a dream for a store in Lakeside that would have everything: antique, boutique, unique, clothing, gifts, you name it. For many years, there was a full-time business on that same corner, Outlaw Bates, a stinky old warehouse that ate plastic worms. So then, dashing Don Fisher arrived in town, and like the rest of us fools, dumped a bunch of money, fixing up the property, becoming owner of the old warehouse. When after he got together with Detta, and they went back and forth, and he rented it to her for her dream store. I thought she was crazy. Here was an old warehouse that had an office walled off on one side of it. It was a concrete floor with oil stains and a huge garage door in the front. And it had the plastic worm oil that seeped into the walls and you couldn't paint over. It was impossible. But Detta, like a real artist, has always been able to translate her dreams into reality. She's always had the knack of finding the right people and surrounding herself, and one of her greatest and worst finds was David Hedrick. Oh, right? No. We can't always forget, but we can forgive. David was Detta's perfect foil. Jack of all trades, carpentry, advertising, selling, David could do it all. And under Detta's direction, the two of them transformed an old warehouse into a fabulous store. David was the first manager and owner of Muddy Waters Coffee Shop. Detta's selection of merchandise gradually improved and was upgraded to some of the finest items on the West Coast, especially in lampshades and imports. Her other dream with Jim was to make Arabi more than a store, but a gathering place for a community to share, especially in arts and music. And it was for free. We wanted to bring the community together. Now, this aspect was to be called a cure for cultural amnesia. And so, you know, we'll talk about it. Then she opened the store in 1997 and didn't have a name for a while. Then Jim's daughter came up with the idea to call it Arabi, after a short story by James Joyce. And the rest is history. Some of the highlights. The James Joyce story is really interesting, too. That this young boy who's waited all day to go to Arabi Bazaar to buy a gift for the girl he thinks in love with is next door. His uncle is drunk, so he gets on the train late. He goes into the Arabi Bazaar, And just as he's about to buy the trinket for the girl next door, he sees another girl and he goes, oh, she's so cute. And meanwhile, he's thinking that the store closes. And that's the story of Araby Bazaar, and that's from James Joyce. Some of the highlights, especially, were the customers that stuck with us and have been so loyal to us. And I'd like to thank Dorothea Campbell for being a customer who has been loyal and great from the very first and supported us. She really had Araby in her heart and really suffered along with us and worried about us and everything. Tom and Libby Sutton brought some of the most unique items to Araby and supported Mom continuously and wholeheartedly. Hey Tom, that's Tom, you're in the back, that's the baby boy. Some of the other highlights were the grand opening in May '97 with Bobby Hextrom. That's his name. Remember that, you guys? Bobby Hextrom, that rock and roll band we had out in the parking lot. It was the first outdoor concert. The Houghton sisters? Houghton sisters sang with him too. The cops came at midnight and told us, like, we had to shut down. And there was no curfew, noise curfew, or time curfew, according to the citizen. And so they asked us, when will our last number be? And we said, the next one. John Chamberlain, for those of you who knew John Chamberlain, pulled off miracles, setting up equipment, right? So that people didn't get electrocuted out in that outdoor stage. Another person, we'll call her In the City, Angelica. She had her knit shop there. She came constantly supporting us with volunteer labor. She did fabulous graphics. She did all of our advertising, helped create the logo. The whole look of Araby, we owe a lot to Angelica for it. She came to her first poetry reading at Araby and cultural amnesia sessions and stuff like that. So let's hear it for Angelica. We really gave a lot. The first water festival in '98, we had Barbara Healy, we had the all-day stage. For those of you that remember that, there was a stage there all day. There was a beer garden, there was the singer-songwriter, there was Davis Theater Troupe. Remember them? They were pretty funny, right?
That was good.
That was fun.
Yeah, the second water festival, we had Soul Patch, John Chamberlain again. We had our very first poetry reading the Lakeside probably ever had. We had John Nolan, Bob Jones, who's really a nationally known poet, Nan Hammond and myself. We had Voices of Winter Rain poetry reading, which was another. We often had guitarists who played inside. What was that guy's name that played for us all the time? When we went back to take care of his
God, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, we used to have a guitar play indoors, like Sundays at Araby with champagne and guitar playing, and things like that. We had Vicki Wharton, who built our website. I had invited Vicki tonight. She was going to visit her aunt. She spent hours and hours taking pictures, conducted 2 training sessions for about 6 employees total to train them on the internet. They were like, oh, how long were those, Tom? Those were like 3 days, right? Taking experience. But the internet was a frustrating experience for everyone. Let's all laugh, okay, about the internet. Business on the internet. It's a full 8-hour job. You just don't take pictures of something and put it on there. It's not. Okay, Valerie Pena, our most loyal and fantastic employee. By far and away our highest dollar seller of merchandise. Always willing, indefatigable, always there. Valerie is like personification of Araby. You know, what we really want. I mean, she's just done so much for us, really. And then there's Tom Huff. Hey, let's hear it for Tom. Original Mocha Man. He developed the Cribbage Saturday, which is still going on, by bringing people in and play cribbage all day Saturday. Brought their own food. They created